Okay, in this video we're going to talk about operational plans. So in our prior video we were talking about marketing strategy. So if you didn't see that video, I recommend you to start from the beginning. So in this case, we're going to talk about general view and then day-to-day operations. So in this case, you have to explain to your new employees how everything is going to work. Also, if you have an investor, you can tell the investor, okay, this is how things are going to work. So this is the plan. So basically, let's start with the beginning, a general view. So we're going to talk about the hours. So is your business going to work, from Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday? What hours? 8 to 5? I don't know. 24/7, whatever is the case. You have to know everything in advance. Is a seasonal business, or is going to, if you have a plowing, if you have a snow, company, a snow cleaning company, okay, so are you going to work only in wintertime? In summertime, you do something else. So you have to know everything in advance. In this example, we were talking about a Toyota Prius. So we were talking about how to build a business, in this case, to offer a better service in people in California, because the gas prices are very high, so they need something that is going to be economical and they can run for very long time. So also we are going to talk about the suppliers. So what type of suppliers are you going to need? Are they local? You have to bring everything from China. What is the credit terms? Are they going to, give you 30 days, 40 days, 90 days, to pay everything that you're consuming, or you have to pay right away? Also, now we are going to talk about the day-to-day operations of facility requirements. So what do you need? If in this case that we were talking, I mean, your case could be different, but this is an example just in case, if you didn't know, if you see this video for the first time. So it could be different. So it depends. If you're going to offer, like website design is one thing. Maybe with a small shop is going to be enough. If in this case, in this example, we are going to open 50 branches to fix only Toyota Prius, the hybrid options model. And so in this case, we're going to need, like a big facility. So facility requirements in this case. So what type of facility do we need? Do we need maybe 50,000 square feet? Do we need like a huge parking lot, so that way we can have all the cars here, for the customer that are waiting to have to be in. So let's talk about facility requirements. Are we going to need like a huge space, maybe 50,000 square feet, so that way we can put all the cars inside? Or do we need, something smaller? Do we need a big parking lot, so that way all the customers can park their cars? Do we need to be, close to downtown, or maybe outside of the city? So it depends. Also, you have to see the zoning. Some places, some countries are different, than others. So here in US, you cannot have a business, in your house. So if you want to start, fixing cars, even if you have a huge house, or if a huge parking lot, you cannot start. They are not going to let you start fixing cars, in your backyard or in your house. So you have to have a special zoning for that. Most cities, they have that thing. So if you have that, okay, so where is it going to be located? Do we need a lot of traffic? Do we need to be close to a freeway, so that way we can get customers from those places? So how is everything is going to be? You can choose the best locations, so that way, you can get people that are walking by or driving by, they can see you, and you don't have to rely so much on internet. Or you want to do everything. You want to be seen, and you want to be seen on internet as well. Like I said, the dimensions are very important. Later, the management information system. So how is everything is going to be safe in your computers? So the customers, the stock, the parts and everything, the spare parts and everything, the quality control and all the things. So how are you going to handle everything? So in this case, if you don't know what is a CRM is a system that allows you to put all the customer information over there. So that way, next time when they come, they can say, okay, yeah, you came here, you brought the blue car, now you're bringing the red car, and and we did this repair, this repair, this repair, you pay so much. Or maybe we can call you every 6 months or a year, to see how everything is, and if you need, like an oil change or maybe something like that, we can do it for you. So the way you can keep track of everything, because if you have everything in paper, you're not gonna be able to control anything. So the stock, like I said, in this case, we have a big mechanic shop, so for cars, so we need to have control of all the spare parts. So if a car comes and needs a part, we have to have it. We cannot wait, 3 weeks or a month, until the part arrives here. We cannot have the car, waiting for days or weeks until we get the parts. So we have to have all the parts in advance. So that is our business plan, that is our strategy. Also, the quality controls. If you go to any other place, like most businesses, even the big ones, the little ones, it doesn't matter. There is no quality control, or very little. So if you take your car, for instance, to the car shop, you will see that they fix. You tell them, okay, you have to fix 10 things, and they fix 5. Or or you have some issue with another thing because the technician or the mechanic, told the manager, oh yeah, the car is ready. I mean, it happened to me many times in different places. You go to pick up the car, they told you, yeah, everything is good. You start, driving the car, and maybe the turning signals are not working, or you have the check engine light comes on again, or the battery is dead and it doesn't even work, or something like that. So you start having this type of issue. So in this case, for my company, that I wanted to do this, we have to have all these things in place, so that way there is no complaints. We don't have, mad customers, and we have a great service. So the way we avoid problems, because that happens everywhere. When I had my other business, I had a computer shop in another country overseas. I did that. There is a book that is called The Checklist. It's amazing. When you have all the doctors, performing the surgery, they have a checklist. Okay, is did we do this? Did we do that? And they keep checking everything that they did, so that way they don't forget anything. The same thing with the airplanes. You have the pilot. Okay, checklist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way, that everything is good, and there's not going to be any mistake. But in this type of small businesses that I see, no checklist, they don't care, or they don't know, or who knows what is the problem. But quality control is very important. So if you want to learn more about that, the checklist in audiobook, you can buy it. It's very good. I recommend it. Later, IT requirements. So what do we need here? So in this case is everything that is the computer. So are we going to use the CRM, to control to follow up with the customers? Are we going to have an ERP, so that way we can control all the finances, all the economy of the business, to send invoices, to pay providers and everything? Are we going to need a computer? How many computers? Do we need 10, 20, 50? I don't know. How many employees do you have? Do you need a computer for every employee? Or maybe 1 or 2 employees can share one computer? You have to specify everything. Cameras. Are you going to have cameras inside, outside? Are you going to check every car that is coming, to your shop, so that way if the car has a scratch or not, so that way the customer will not tell you later, oh no, the scratch was there already, or something like that? Are you going to have a PBX, so a phone system? Is it going to be analog? Is it going to be digital? Are you going to record all the phone calls, incoming calls, outgoing calls, everything? What about the IT support? Are you going to have an IT team in your company, or are you going to outsource everything? So you have to have everything in writing, so that way all the employees working in your company, also the investor, they're going to know everything in advance. So also we have to know here now the next step everything that needed to know to operate. So like I said before, you have to have everything in writing. You start hiring people, so you can say, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do something else. You're going to do something else, and everyone knows how the system works. Because if you have to make a franchisee and you want to sell your business to another guy or something like that, they need to know, they need to have a manual, so that way they know how everything works, and there is no missing information thinking, okay, how this will work, I have a question about this. No, everything has to be in writing, like in very accurate detail, so that way people are not going to be wondering when they start reading the business plan and how everything works. So now we're going to talk in the next class about strategies. Now in the next class we're going to talk about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis that you're going to have, because someone may want to compete with you and take your business, your customers away from you. So now let's see you in the next class.